Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi Theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, today we've got a full width parallax image at the top here. Somebody was asking us if we could create a full width image with text overlay. So I've got a full width image right here. When I hover over it, we've got some text is going to appear, and we've got a little call to action button as well. I've also made this parallax or fixed background so that when you roll up and down the site, it stays where it is right there. This is really easy to do. There's no coding involved in this today. So let's get started. I'm going to enable the visual builder so we can build on the front end. Okay, if I go down here, I've got a section, the blue tab right here. I'm going to delete that and we'll start from scratch. I'm going to delete the section and let's add a brand new section. Little blue button to add a new section. I'm going to make mine a regular section. Inside, I'm going to make mine a single column. And for mine today, this will work with any module that you'd like to use on this. I'm going to actually use just a call to action so we can have a button and a title. But like I say, you can use any module you want with this. So let's go in there. I'm going to click on the call to action button. There we are. By default, it puts in a little call to action module like that with that sort of greenish background. Now to get a button to show up, you need to put a link in. So if we look at this, obviously put your title in there. Put what you want your button to say. I know we can't see it at the moment, but as soon as I put a link in, it'll show up. Put what your button wants to say right here. And the body text, anything you want underneath, you can put down here. And this is a usual sort of text field. You can bold, italicize, you can add headings, add media if you want to, and make bullet lists. I'm going to leave mine just on the default like that. Now if I roll down to where it says link just down below, and we're still on the contact tab there, here's where you can put your button link in. And I'm just going to put a hashtag in place of a URL. And as soon as I do that, you'll see that button turn up. And there it is right there. If you want to link the actual whole module itself to a different URL or even the same URL so that when they click anywhere on the module as well as the button, you can take them somewhere, you can put another link in there. As always, best practice, if you're linking to your own site, keep it in the same window. If you're linking off-site to somebody else's site, open it in a new tab so that your site stays open. Okay. What I'm going to do now is actually add the image that we want to be full width. And I'm going to actually add that to the section rather than the module so we can have it full width, because I don't actually want the writing module to be full width. So I'm going to save this and go into the section, the blue tab up here. Under content, I'm going to go down to background. And you've got color, gradient, image, video, background pattern or background mask, and you can combine colors and images. For instance, if I add an image, let's find the image we actually want to use today. Click on background image, hit the plus icon, it'll take you to your media library. Now let's throw a picture in there. As you can see, we've got that nice picture in the background there. Now you can use a parallax effect if you want to by switching this little button on, and there's two flavors for you. There's true parallax, which will mean that the background image here moves at a different rate when we scroll up the site than our actual site. So if I start scrolling, I don't know if you can actually see that the actual clouds are moving at a slightly different rate there. They're moving upwards just at a different rate. That's actually true parallax. I'm going to use what they call CSS parallax here. It's also known as fixed background, so that that image actually stays where it is when we roll up the site. And that's a little more dramatic, but it's entirely up to you which one you want. Now if I just flip that back off for a minute, if we go back up, quite often if you've got some writing up there that gets lost in an image, let's just save this a minute. I'm going to go back in here, I'm going to take the background color away, content, background. Just hit the little trash can icon. In this case here, the image is actually not too bad. We can read all of our writing really easily there. If I go back into the section now, I'll explain what I was talking about, merging colors and things like that. I'm going to go back into the section, to the background again under the Content tab. Here's the image that we got. I'm going to switch it out for something a little more busy that's going to make that writing perhaps less legible. Let's try that one. Okay, there we go. That's a good example. Great picture, but the writing, you can read it if you struggle, but it's kind of getting a bit lost in the background there. So what we can do, we can add a color, or this will work for gradient as well. But remember, this will only work if you've got parallax off. So if you want to add a color, you can go in there. Let's perhaps add a purple or a blue, whatever. Now we can go back into our image, making sure that the parallax is off. If we roll down now, we've got some options here to blend the image background. Now normal is no blend at all. If I go to multiply, you'll see that purple sort of multiply with the image, and it makes it purple, and we can really read our writing a lot better that way. So that's another option when you're making these full images that you've got text over. But do play with these, because you can get some fantastic effects going with things like difference and exclusion. They really do have some nice effects you can use there. But I was just showing you that for an example. I actually want mine to be parallax today, so when I turn this back on, it's going to go back to the regular. Let's put that other image back in there, because I kind of like that drama of that one. Okay, so we've now got our title and our button and a full width parallax image, which is great. Now I'm not too worried about that writing. That's a little legible, but we're losing a little bit around here. So to counter that, let's go back into our module and we'll put a background in again. We took that green background in to demonstrate the color merge there. So we'll go into the module. Under the Content tab, we can go down to background, and let's put a simple black in. There it is right there. But of course I don't want it to be fully black like that. I want to be able to see quite a lot of the image through. I just want it to be dark enough so we can read all this writing perfectly. So just click on the black field, and the variegated slider over here, if we pull it down, this is opacity, which is transparency or see-throughness. Pull it down till you've got enough of the dark background that you can still read your writing, but you can see enough of the actual image behind there. Great. But they wanted a full width image with nothing. They just want to see the image, and then when they hover over it, they want this writing to come up. So let's do that next. And again, we've got to do no coding for this. It's really easy to do. We're going to go to our design settings in our Call to Action module. I'm going to roll down to where it says filters. If we roll down, we've got opacity, the same as we did with our color, which is transparency or see-throughness. Initially, I don't want to see any of this writing or dark background, so I'm going to drag this all the way left, and it'll disappear like that. When we hover over it, I want it to come back. And this is common to most Divi modules. If you roll over the dark writing when you're in there, you'll see some icons appear. Go to the thing that you want to affect, in our case, opacity. If there's a little arrow icon there, which there is in this case, we can click on it. We can set a desktop state, which means when your mouse is not on it, and a hover state, which means when the visitor's mouse is on it. So when they're not mousing over it, I don't want to see anything. Great. When they are hovering over it, I want it to be fully visible. So we're going to pull that up to 100%. Now by default, the time Divi takes to go from desktop to hover state is 300 milliseconds. That's pretty quick. I like to slow it down for a bit of drama usually, and if you do want to do that, you can speed it up also. Go over to the Advanced tab. I'm going to go down to Transitions. There's the default 300. You can either type in a value or slide up the slider. I'm going to make mine, I don't know, 3/4 of a second, something like that. You can increment up and down, fine tune with the little arrows right here on the side too. Don't want any delay. Want it to happen as soon as the mouse hits it. If you want to add delay so it doesn't happen straight away, you can do that here. Transition speed curve. Ease is going to work. My favorite though for these sort of effects is ease in and ease out. That way when we hover over it, it'll ease in. Then we take the mouse off, it'll ease back out again. These are all subtly different. Some of them will work better than others in certain situations, so check them out, but I'm going to use this one today. Okay, if we've done everything correctly, we should be good to go. Let's save the changes, save the page changes, and let's exit the Visual Builder. Okay, there's our image. If I scroll up and down the site, you can see it's parallax or CSS parallax or fixed background. When I hover over it, our text is going to fade in 3/4 of a second, and we've got our little call to action button there. Then when I roll off, it's going to take 3/4 of a second to fade back out, and we can scroll down the site with our parallax effect there. So there you go, there's how to create a full width image. I hope this has answered your question. I've added the parallax bit just for a bit of fun. When we roll over, a nice bit of text is going to roll in there. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.